boring is better. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Coffee Talk. You are finding me on the Better Body Fitness fan page. I am Coach Roxanne. Coach Chuck is going to be here with me today, and we're going to talk about the boring and the mundane.
That sounds exciting.
And why it's better. Good morning, my friends. Happy to Tuesday. And I don't know why. I do want to say happy hump day. I don't know if I've been right up here with my days since Labor Day weekend. Amy, good morning. Happy to Tuesday. I love it. Ashley, good morning, my friend. I love it. Coffee's hot. The air has that beautiful, you know what I didn't do? I'm going to do it. I have to keep my curtains open here because I love the sun. I love that even in the sun doesn't shine, just having shades drawn feels dark. Kim, good morning. Michelle, good morning. Coach and BBF peeps. Lynn, happy Tuesday. Karen, good morning. So the air is crisp. Now, again, and I think I've said this before, people think that I don't like I love the crisp fall air. I love putting on a nice, beautiful, warm sweater and enjoying being outside. It is the dead of winter that I don't like. It's the ice, the slush, the snow. It's the below 30-degree temps. Those are the moments that I don't love, my friends. But I love a nice fall day. I love the fall smells. We went up to Door County this past weekend, and I love the smells of walking in the woods and just taking in that new smell that you only get for like 3 weeks out of the whole year. Karen, good morning. Jenny, hello. Dobeck, good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Monica, hello. Hootsek, hey yo. I got to make sure I don't say Chris because you get all wild about that. Kimberly, good morning. I love it. The title of today's video is Boring is Better. Andrea, good morning. So we're gonna get started on that. Coach Chuck is gonna be joining me here shortly. Debbie, good morning. So doing the daily tasks, right? They can become so boring, right? Getting up, getting to your workout, getting your smoothie. It can get boring, right? There's really nothing sexy about doing what needs to be done to get results. Funny, when we first started, like go back to your first challenge, there's always this excitement about something new. We're starting something new, and there's this little buzz of excitement. But how quickly that little buzz goes away.
Yeah, I mean, just think about how you start your day every day, right? There are two main categories we're going to talk about today. We're going to kind of talk about the mundane, which I think are like the mundane things that we must do every single day to put ourselves in a position to win. Making your bed. I've done speeches about this. I've shared videos about this, right? It is the first big commitment that you have to yourself. Well, not hitting the snooze alarm, but making your bed, making sure that when you get back in bed at the end of the day, you have a nice, beautiful bed to get into. All right. It's about being organized. So things like making your bed, brushing your teeth, keeping your closet organized. Things like this, right? Packing your lunch. Those are the mundane things. There's magic in the mundane, but we're also going to talk about the things that you should be doing, but ways that you can spice them up so it isn't perceived as boring.
Right. So boring is where we start to think we should be doing something more or something different. Why? Because we get bored. The second we get bored, our eyes start to wander. It wanders to this diet and that diet, or this program and that program. Take your relationships, for instance, right? We do, after you've been married for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, the daily things become the daily things. You have to spice things up inside of that, being intentional about date night, being intentional about connecting. Your health and fitness journey is a relationship with yourself, and you need to look at it like the same thing. Like you have to put in the daily work to make it last a lifetime, but inside of that daily work is where you need to spice things up.
It was a few months back, our pastor said something about us being overstimulated, right? And it was talking about children. And children need to learn, now children of all ages, not just the young ones, right? Adolescents, young adults, we are in an age where we are constantly overwhelmed by so many choices that we believe that we have to have all of this stuff changing, right? Constantly.
Yes.
And he said, kids today, probably adults too, people in general, we need to learn, right? We need to learn how to be bored. Boring isn't bad. Boring isn't a bad thing, right? Routine is not a bad thing. Sitting in just what is a good thing, right? But now we're so entitled to what we think should have to happen. Things should always be different. They should always be changing. I don't believe that's completely 100% accurate. I think it's almost kind of a disease that we can't just stay focused on the here and now.
And funny that you mentioned that about kids. It does make me think about kids today and even some young adults, how we hop from profession to profession to profession. And not necessarily because the profession we were in was bad. We get bored. We get bored and we don't know how to embrace the boredom. So instead, we jump to the next new thing.
Or you haven't even given it an opportunity to grow.
Yes.
So here's another good one, right? We think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, right? This is age-old wisdom, right? The grass is greener on the other side. And people have said the grass isn't always greener on the side. You know where the grass is greenest?
Where you water it the most.
Where you water it the most, yes. So you got to be able to focus in, my friends. So we're going to talk about different types of why boring is better. And we're going to give you some concrete examples.
All right. So I guess I was going to start doing some of this here.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. So what are you doing in your daily life that you're starting to feel a little bored in? Is it your smoothie? Have you tried any other smoothies? Have you even researched any other smoothies, or are you stuck in the same smoothie you do every day? Now, some of you, I know a lot of you love your smoothie. You wouldn't change it for the world. But if I'm talking to you, have you even tried to search out another smoothie? What about your recipes? I hear this all the time too. I'm falling into the trap of making the same recipes. You're on social media probably more than you should be. When's the last time you Googled a new recipe? I do it almost every time we make our menu plan.
So to use those two examples, it'd be like, so I have done the same smoothie, maybe not every single day for the last, 2 years.
Pretty darn close.
If not every day, almost every day. But for me, it's the same recipe because I love it. Now, I know people, and that's the recipe I share with you guys, right? It's the banana, strawberry, spinach, a little bit of protein, water, etc. That's basically how it goes. But I know some people that are like, and they try their second one, But I know other people that are like, I have a mango smoothie, then I do a pineapple smoothie, then I do a berry smoothie, then I do the chocolate smoothie, then I do the brain buster smoothie.
Who's doing pumpkin smoothies? It's that time of the year. Research a pumpkin smoothie.
Right, so you could do a different smoothie every week, a different smoothie every day, every other day, before you just give up on it and be like, I don't like it, it's not, blah, 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 right? And recipes, right, could be like, for us, we stumbled upon the sheet pan recipes. Believe it or not, it took us 40 years to stumble upon sheet pan recipes, and we love them now. And we love how basic it is. It's not boring for us, but for others, it might be. Sheet pan recipe, meh. Well, which one did you try? How many did you try? Did you give it 10 good tries before you totally said, I'm done with it? It's so boring. Well, there again, variety is the spice of life. I can agree with that. But if you could stay in the lane of sheet pan recipes, right, there's probably, if you gave it 20 opportunities, a couple that are going to be enjoyable, that will provide variety for you.
Let's talk about the workout programs. We change our programs every single day or even on a weekly basis, just the foundation of it. Why do we do that? Well, number one, because change is great, but at the end of it, movement is the foundation. It doesn't matter. If you want to spice things up in your workout, you get some different equipment. You maybe try and start going a little heavier. Maybe you try to challenge yourself in ways you haven't challenged yourself. But a program is a program is a program. It's meant to get you better physically. It's meant to help tone muscle. At the end of the day, when your eyes wander here and your eyes wander there, that should be the foundation of every single program out there.
Yeah, it's very common for your eyes to wander, right? If you start, especially if you keep telling yourself, this is so boring, this is so mundane. But there is magic in the mundane, right? There is magic in the mundane. Boring is actually beautiful. Again, there are things like making your bed, brushing your teeth, right? These are just things that aren't really ever going to change. But if we don't do that, I mean, brushing teeth specifically, right? If you don't brush your teeth and floss your teeth, you're going to have issues, or they're going to, you're just going to have issues. It's not going to be a good thing, right? I mean, so that's one thing. If you don't fuel your body and fuel it the right way, we're going to have issues, right? So the smoothie, that's nutrient based, the steps. If you're bored with the same, change it up. Go walk the path that you walk the opposite way. Start walking it the opposite way. Maybe you go and drive a couple blocks down the road and start somewhere different, right? Maybe you do it at lunch, maybe you do it at dinner, maybe you do it in the morning. It's still the fundamental principle of smoothie, steps, sweat, and sips. If you're bored with, I'm bored with water, I'm bored with water, I'm bored with water, I'm bored with water. Okay, put a cucumber in it, put a diffuser in it. If you need to, put some electrolytes in it. Do something to mix it up. Yes, water is probably the most boring thing on the planet Earth. If you don't like it without flavor, then find a way. It's still the same fundamental principle though. Drink water. People ask me all the time, well, can I use this for water or that for water? You could, but guess what? It's not water.
Water is water is water. Now, I drink my gallon of water every day. Is it exciting? No. Do you know how I make it exciting? It's a challenge. I've made it a challenge to finish my gallon of water. The earlier in the day that I can get it done, the better the challenge was for me. But it's me against me. It's me making that exciting, even though it's mundane, it's boring. I do it every single day, but I have found a way to make it exciting for myself by making it a challenge. How can you take something that you're starting to get bored with and make it a challenge?
We'll keep going here, but I'm just curious if you guys are open to sharing. I would love to know, is any portion of this resonating with you this morning? And if so, and I know this is kind of being bold to put it out there, but I think we all find ourselves saying, ugh, it's boring. And so if you have something, share it. We'd love to talk about it. Comment up, share it with us, share it with the group. We'd love to know. Comment below right now. We'd love to see. Because yesterday, this is an example from our life. Yesterday, we did turkey burger patties and we had roasted vegetables, and it was roasted broccoli, cauliflower with some peppers. And I told Roxanne, we do like oil and salt and pepper. I'm like, you know what? These roasted vegetables, I probably like straight out said, I don't know if I said boring, but I'm like, they're not my favorite. I was like, you know what? I'm like, we could probably like never do those again. And then something in my mind was like, you know what? Why don't you put a little bit of we use aminos, which look like they're like soy sauce. I dabbled a little bit of the aminos on there, and it was like a whole new world. And I was like, dang, these are actually pretty good. And I was like, so guess what? We can still have the roasted vegetables. Now I just put a little bit of, the aminos on there, aka the soy sauce, and we're ready to roll.
Christy said the earlier the water is in, the less bathroom stops in the morning. That's all it takes for me. I would agree.
Motivation.
Hutsek, I love aminos. Right. So if you're making foods, if you're bored with the fruits and vegetables, how can you spice them up? Tracy, good morning. Amy, I love boring. Makes me feel in control.
There you go.
Amy, I love the variety of the workouts. I hated using DVDs. I knew what they were going to say next. Yes, I did some of those for a while in my time too. So creating something sustainable, reaching your goals and your dreams doesn't mean everything is going to be fun and exciting all the time. It just doesn't. Knowing what's coming, it's just like Amy said, knowing what's coming, it does give you control. Do you know what meal you're going to make today? You have control. Do you know what snack you're going to eat? You have control. Do you know when you're doing your workout? You have control. You're not leaving it up to chance that somehow a meal is going to appear for you, that somehow the workout's going to get done for you. Oh, that's fun and exciting. I don't know what I'm having for lunch today.
Yeah, but you know what's fun and exciting? A lot of times, the stuff that actually prevents us from getting results.
Yep.
And I'll use an example. I packed my lunch, and it's perfectly like what it was supposed to be, right? And everybody at the office is going to Panera Bread today. We're going to Applebee's today.
Ooh, sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
You know what? I'm going to go with you guys. I can order off the healthy menu. Does it really happen? Not usually, right?
Not usually.
It's more fun. It's more fun to be with friends and go out on the weekend and do that. And I get it. Totally get it. I'm not saying don't hang out with your friends. But if you guys can understand kind of where we're going with this, the fun stuff just puts you in a position where you have to use more willpower And eventually this gas tank of willpower gets to big fat 0, and then you start drinking the drinks, right? And there's peer pressure, of course. There's the environment that doesn't support you anymore. And things just start to kind of fold. Where if you, it's my boring lunch. Charlie Brown.
Do you remember when your parents used to pack your lunch for school?
I remember when my parents used to pack my lunch. And you know what I did? I had a brown bag lunch, and I'd take the Hostess cupcake out of it and throw the rest in the garbage, and they would be mad. And then I went to the a la carte line. You know what I got? I got mozzarella cheese sticks. And I got a piece of pizza. And you know what? I got fat. Fat Chuck was born in the a la carte line, my friend.
But Fat Chuck was leading an exciting life.
I was excited every day. Yeah, fat. This is good. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, yeah. And you know what? That's where when I got to middle school and I was at 13 years old, I just totally was it was a nightmare.
Yeah,
it was a nightmare.
Fat Roxanne was exciting. She was fun. She was out drinking every weekend. She was eating whatever she wanted. But Fat Roxanne was sad, and Fat Roxanne was
and
not
Fat Chuck
healthy.
lived in regret. He lived in regrets. Fat Chuck had regrets, definitely.
Oh.
But here's, like a couple more things. I know we said we are going to make this 10 minutes, but that's just not possible. We got 40 people in here anyways. All right. Chicken is chicken is chicken is chicken.
If you know me now, you know that if I'm going to eat chicken, it better be pretty special.
All right. Chicken wing. Okay, so chicken is chicken. Now, you have chicken breast. Now, and I was like chicken breast, like I'm chicken breast all the way kind of guy. I used to do it all the time when I was like bodybuilding and stuff. And then we started experimenting with chicken thighs. And it was a whole new world, right?
Chicken thighs.
And with chicken fries in the air fryer, right?
Anyway.
With a little bit of chicken fry. Oh man, Friday night. No, I'm for real, but like this is what I'm saying. Like, try the air fryer. Not try different types of chicken, but I love this. Variety is the spice of life. How often do we even try spices? Like, this is something in the last 15 months when we are looking at recipes, not just a spice, because I used to be the guy who was like, oh, I'm going to go get Grill Mates chicken. And I was like, it's all right. But then I was like, you mix a little bit of this and a little bit, and you make these magic potions, and then you sprinkle this magic potion fairy dust over your chicken, and boom, it's a whole new world.
Today we're having pecan crusted chicken
oh my
breast.
God, you guys gotta try that.
It's amazing. When I say it's an amazing, like I'm talking about a chicken breast.
She does not like chicken breast.
There was a while where I said I can't even, I would gag thinking about chicken. I just couldn't eat it anymore.
It was disturbing.
Find ways to spice things up. So if there's something this week that you are starting to find boring, how can you embrace it? How can you embrace the boring and make it something sustainable and something you love? I know that's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable, but I want you to find something that you're starting to get bored with. How can you embrace it this week?
All right, so here's a little tactical thing. Take a sheet of paper, right? Like one of these. This is paper, right? Draw a line down the middle. On the left side at the top, write boring. And on the right side, write spice. And I want you to start going down and write everything down that you think is boring, whether it's your, whatever it may be. Maybe it's not even fitness related, but if it's a different type of food, your smoothie, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. And
work, things with children,
right.
Anything like that.
What is it like is driving you nuts and you're like, meh, wah, right? And you're going to put your boring list and then you're going to have your spice list. And I promise you, use your creative thinking caps, my friends. Make sure you put a little spice. How can I add a spice? Add a spice, add a spice, add a spice. Not literally for everything. Again, example, smoothie, right? Spice. Find 5 new smoothie recipes, right?
Yes.
Find a mango, find a pineapple, find whatever,
Your
tropical,
dinners.
chocolate.
If you're getting bored with the same old dinners, find a new recipe. Make something new.
Yeah, so that's my challenge for you guys.
Yes.
Boring and spice list, all right? Go ahead and do this. It's a very powerful tool. And we got Lori.
I love the sugar-free marinade by G. Hughes. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. I'm gonna have
that
to
might be the guy. So we do a sugar-free barbecue sauce. That might be him.
Is that him?
That might be.
You might be right. All right, my friends. That's where we're going to end it today. I will be back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Coach Chuck will be back tomorrow at noon. But until then, go out, make someone else's day amazing, and try and bring a little spice back into your boring life.
Yeah.
All right, my friends, I will see you later.
Have a great day, guys.